This is my second video on function notation. This is given to me and I want to write an expression that represents this, fg of x. So you look at that bit first, okay, the last letter, g of x, which is that. So what you do then, you put that into the f of x. You put that into the x over here. So what does that look like? Replace the x with all of that. Remember, I'm replacing that with all of this and then squaring it, then adding, then there's a 4 there, and replacing the x with all of that. And then you can simplify this. You can expand the brackets and then expand that one and then simplify. There. It's not g of x, it's f g of x. I could swap the letters around then. This time g f of x. So you look at the last letter, f of x, which is all of that. And you put that into this function, into the x over here. So replace that with all of that. Okay, I've replaced that with all of this, and you get the plus 5 at the end of it. It can't be simplified any further. I can take it one step further and say, well, I need to work out this. Before you can work out this, you need that. So if you get this as a question, you'd have to work out that bit first, what that looks like. You know that looks like this. I've just explained it. I've explained how to get this already. Then you put the 2 in here. You replace the x with 2, replace the x with 2 to work this one out. So replace the x with 2. That's 2 squared plus 4 times 2 plus 5. That's 4, add 8 is 12, 12 add 5 is 17 is the answer. Right, if you've seen my first video on function notation, I was able to get an answer a lot quicker without having to go through this process. Well, what you do is, you work out the last letter, f of x, replace f with 2. So you put the 2 in here. 2 squared is 4. And then replace x with 2. So we've got 4, add 8 is 12. Remember, all of that is 12. Now put the 12 into the g function over here. So put the 12 in here. 12 add 5 is 17. Is exactly what I've got over here already. Right, last example. Here are my functions, f of x and g of x. I need an expression for this. So you look at the last letter, f of x, which is that, and you stick that into this one here, the x over here. So it looks like, I'll copy that, 3, replace the x with all of that, and you got the plus 4. Right, that can be simplified. You can expand the brackets, simplify a little bit further. 9 add 4 is 13. So that's what we have here. Right, for this one, look, this is almost the same as that. Gf of x, except that replace the x with 2. So you can put the 2 in here. That's 3 times 2 squared at 13. 2 squared is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 at 13. 25. That is 25 there. Be careful. If they want you to work out fg of x, sorry, this one here, fg of x where x is 2. Look, fg is not the same as gf. So what you can do in this case, look at the last letter, the last function, g, and you replace an x with 2. here, that g over there. So it would be 3 times 2, which is 6. 6 at 4 is 10. So that bit there is 10. Now replace f of x, the x, with 10. You look at this function here, f function over here, replace the x with 10. So you got 10 squared is 100, 100 plus 3 is 103.